So after around 8:30, a nurse comes and asks what would I like for breakfast. So I requested a slice of brown bread with butter and honey and a cup of tea. So around 9:15, my slice of bread comes with honey and butter. Now, because it's a dry toast, I'm going to struggle. I always have it with tea. So I'm sitting there waiting for the tea, because usually when I've been admitted in the wards, I've seen 2 trolleys come, one which serves the food of like cereals and breads and juices, and there's another trolley which just serves the hot drinks. So I thought, okay, the second trolley will just come. 9:15, after the toast has been delivered, nothing. No, 9:30, nothing. At 9:45, I rang the bell. Almost over 8 minutes, over 8 minutes, a nurse comes and says, "What can I do for you, ma'am?" I said, "Firstly, I'm in a lot of pain. I still haven't been given my pain medicines. And secondly, I've been waiting for 45 minutes for a cup of tea and nothing's come." "Oh, you would like another cup of tea?" I said, "I haven't been even given one. So I need to have my breakfast. So can I have a cup of tea, please? And can you please now bring me another extra slice of bread? So because I'm hungry, I need to eat 2 slices now instead of 1. And eventually, about 5-6 minutes later, I finally got my breakfast before 10 o'clock. I was upset so much that I said, "What is happening? Am I being tortured for coming into a hospital?" Thankfully, 11:30, my husband arrived at the hospital, then got me cleaned up and changed and everything. And then I got a visit from 2 nice doctors. And the doctor was amazing. She explained to me that because I have cancer, which is widespread, that has caused the fluid to build up in my lungs as well, for the cancer to be in my lungs as well. But it does not mean that I need to get that fluid drained out every time. Because I'm getting chemotherapy now, the chemotherapy will help me with my breathing. It will ease off the pressure of my lungs, and the fluid will start to reduce by itself. By poking needles into the lung over and over again, I'm risking myself from catching an infection and damaging my lung more. So next time, if someone else says, "Oh, because your breathing levels are low, we're going to drain the fluid," just say no. The only time a doctor should be draining out the fluid, if, God forbid, chemotherapy doesn't work. If the patient is only a lung cancer patient, but you're not a lung cancer patient, and your chemotherapy cycle has only been 1, and hopefully it will work for you. So don't go through a surgical procedure or get a drain fitted into your lung to drain out the fluid, and don't get poked with needles. She said you can stay another night if you like, to obviously complete the antibiotic course at the hospital, or I can discharge you straight away prescribe you the antibiotics that you need to take home with you, and you can be sent a discharge notice through the post so you don't have to wait around. That was the happiest moment. I was relieved, and I said, "Thank you, doctor. I am not staying the night. I am going home." I was feeling in control. So the nice doctor wrote up the prescription. A nice nurse came to remove the cannula from here. And a minute later, once she had put the tape on, she went away. Blood started splattering all over my clothes, down the seat, everywhere. She came running back in. My husband got the nurse. She came running in, and she said, "Oh my God, I'm a bleeder." I said, "I'm not usually a bleeder, but I think because I was given the clot injections that they inject into the tummy, so it's probably made me bleed more." So I had to sit there for 10 minutes getting my arm to heal or stop bleeding, actually. And one thing I forgot to mention, when my husband came at 11:30, I mentioned to him how I'd been coughing, and I was still coughing when he came. He said he checked the oxygen level and he said it's off. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "It's on 0. Did you turn it off?" I said, "No, when I got transferred into the ward at night, they just plugged me in, put the nasal oxygen mask on, and went." And then I realized, no wonder why I was struggling at night and coughing continuously. So my husband put it back up to 2 liters, and then my cough had settled. I can't believe that the nurses who were coming in to do the observations, or the nurse who connected my nasal pipe to the oxygen tap, what did she do? Sometimes you get amazing nurses. They do a lot of hard work. There's a lot of pressure on the nursing staff and the doctors, and they do an amazing job. But there's sometimes you get a nurse to whom you are just a number, who they just want to get rid of, so they have an empty bed. And the 2 nights that I spent, Thursday, Friday, and a bit of the Saturday that I had various nurses. I had brilliant nurses, which brought me such nice care, but there was mostly I didn't get the right care that I should have. When I go to the hospital, I always dread it because I don't want to be in a hospital. I don't feel in control, and I want to be in control of myself. My pain is in control. My medicines are in control. I'm being fed on time. Whatever I need is being managed on time. But when I get to the hospital, everything gets messed up. The whole routine changes. So when I got back home, when I got discharged from the hospital on Saturday afternoon, I went to my mom's because I hadn't seen her for a while, because I'd been ill, and she had been worrying sick about me, and she was unwell too. So I wanted to go to her and spend some time with her. So I spent a few hours with her, and I wanted to be surrounded by my own family, and I didn't, because I spent those 2 nights alone. I didn't want to just go home straight away and sit in my usual throne. So I spent a lot of nice time with my mom, my dad, and my siblings. And then when I got home, I was struggling again. I was struggling to adjust back in. So, but because I spent those 2 nights alone, when I was back in my own room, on my bed, I had so many thoughts going in around my head. I was worrying about what if it happens again? How am I going to cope? So I struggled that night. But when I woke up in the afternoon, in the Sunday, by Sunday afternoon, I started to feel a bit better. And then the side effects of the chemotherapy have started to kick in. The side effects of my chemotherapy are extreme pain all over my body, especially my legs. I'm struggling to walk or balance myself. So before I was able to just take a few steps and walk over to my commode or just walk around a little bit, but it's hard to lift myself up now and go to walk over to the commode without struggling with pain. And nighttime is the worst pain, where I'm just crying because the pain management tablets that I have aren't now working with easing my pain from the chemotherapy side effects. Getting rash now on my face, my feet are swollen, and I'm getting pain in all the joints. So I'm not able to put a lot of pressure on any of my body parts at the moment. I have told my family, I've requested them actually, that whenever I'm going through some side effects or whatever's happening to me, because I'm not going to be able to take a selfie of myself or record myself, can you just please make sure you capture those moments for me? Because I wanted to share with you as part of my journey. They do feel weird about it, and my husband refused to do that. But I said that I need to document this whole experience, this whole journey. And because then I can't do it myself, someone else has to do it. So when you see these weird photos of, I don't know, me crying or whatever, and or my vomiting or whatever, you think, why the hell is she doing that? Please don't think that. It's not to distress you. It's just merely to just show you, to share with you what I'm going through. That's the only reason that's what my journey is about. Sharing my journey with you. So you can see what a person goes through, what you can do if you know someone who's also going through a similar situation. It's all about helping each other. So up next will be another vlog I will do soon about other issues, about how I'm coping, how I used to cope before in 2017, how I'm coping now. And I will also be talking about all the different adjustments that I have received in my own home to make my life easier. So stay tuned to Naila'z journey. If you've got any comments, please comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Stay blessed.